to me. Played the horn of Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible, they say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. I retweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit.
Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive you, brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.
This would be the time that we will call up the first priest in order to state his registry. La Yasha Allah. Imagine, which means to stand. Upon Yahak with dumb and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuvka, Daba'a, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathundanawa, Laham, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawafanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafyanawa, Wala'a, Nawa, Bana Sayawan, Abol, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wata Para, La Awalamyum, Aman, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak, the power, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah, Babu Kwasha, Nathundanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Lava Pa'a, Kamachala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hatmatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakrium, Hamathium, Hakak, Al Rahawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashun, by Shem Yahweh Shah, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha'ala, Waha, by Yahsaparium, Barak, by Shem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'a, Ayanya, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamoraka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamoraka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamoraka, Makal Rad, Yashamor, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Taza'athka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aita, Wa'ai, Iwalam, Aman. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al damaya laka, al dacharash, wa al dashakwat, al kayahana, awayabyaka, yahama yawan, wamashanayaka, nasha'awa, ra'ash, al la'imaka, ya irayamwa, sawad, wayata ya'ai tazawa, al tazapawanyaka, amarwa, lakawa, wanakakidam, mogoya, wala'a, yazakar, sham yasha'ala, Iwad, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, La, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryat, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashamai Ilayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagorium, Gabor, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Padashaf, Am Yashabya, Tazawar, Gama Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zavawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Saba'a, Kayabyan, Banachal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ora, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayathumwa, Narayabawa, Ka'ira, Wakazaaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazalmanai, Kaul, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amorwa, Nayavasha, Lanawa, Afna'arwath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayathumwa, Kagalgala, Kagwash, Lapanya Raha, Ka'ash, the Ba'ira Ira, Wakadahaba, Talahat, Hoyam, Khan, the Redatma, Basa Ibraka, Baba Sawapafka, Tapa Halam, Mada'a, Punyaham, Kwalawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahalwa, Ai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya da Iowa, Kaya, Ada, Shumka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Kal, Rataza, I'm on. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Ored, and like Zahad, yea, all their princes, as the Ba and as the Munah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood. It's like it as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Brakatah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Maya Ka'ala, wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapim, Ha Saranyim, Ha Quetazanyanyim, Ha Chayayalim, Waha Agwafian, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Saw, which means to turn. Yeshabium, which means to be seated. All right, Shalom, Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start at the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahana. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, nor any other Christian organization. So this is the Sabbath service, the Lord's Sabbath service, which is always on the seventh day. The entire world knows that the Sabbath service or the Sabbath day has always been on the seventh day, which was a Saturday. Never has it ever been on a Sunday. Okay, never ever has it been on a Sunday, and that's what makes Christianity so evil. That's what makes Christianity such a bloody religion. And keep that in mind, because they tricked our people in believing that the Sabbath, like you're supposed to reverence the Lord and serve the Most High on Sunday, which really is just the worship of another god called Apollo, the sun god. And that was since the Romans. That was since Roman times. And that's not something to be ignored. That's why it's so important for our people to get out of Christianity and fall away from the Christian church. The Bible says that a falling away has to come first. So everybody, make sure y'all keep that in mind too as well. All right. Can everybody hear me just fine? I'm sure y'all can. I just want to make sure, and y'all can see me just fine too as well. But we're going to be in Exodus. All right. We're going to be in Exodus chapter 16. All right. And we're going to start at verse 23. And we're going to read it in the Hebrew. Make sure y'all follow along as much as possible. And I'm gonna go slow today. All right. I'm gonna try to go slow. so everybody can follow along. All right. So let's get it. Exodus chapter 16, verse 23 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar Alham, Hawa'a Ashar Dabar Yahweh, Shabaf Wan, Shabaf, Quadash La Yahweh Machar, At Ashar, Ma'apwa, Sakita Apwa, Apya, Apwa, Wa'ath Ashar, Tha Basharwa, Basharwa, Wa'ath called, Ha'idap, Hanayak, Hanayak Walakam, Walama Shamar, Saga Lama Shamar, Shamartha, Id, Habakwa. Verse 24. Wayanayakwa, Athwa, Id, Habakwa, Ka Ashar, Tazawa, Slaki Tazawa, Masha, Wala'a, Haba Ayash, Warama, La'a, Hayatha, Bawa. Verse 25, where your Amor Masha, a call, it's like a call Hawa, Hayawam, Kaya, Shabaf, Hayawam, Wala Yahawa, it's like a la Yahawa, Hayam, La'a, Thamataza, it's like a Thamataza, Hawa, Bashada. Verse 26, Shashaf Yam Yam. Shashaf Yam Hala Sake Thala Kwat Hawa Wabayawam Wabashabaya Shabaf La'a Yahaya Bawa. Verse 27, Wayahaya Bayawam Hashabaya Taza'awa Man Ha'aim Lalakwat Wala'a Mataza'awa. I believe that's it right there. Verse 28, Waya Amor Yahawa Al Masha Id Ana Manathma. It's like a Ma'anathma La Shamor Matazawathaya with a Warak. It's like a Watharafia. And verse 29. Verse 29, last verse. Ra'awa Kaya Yahweh Nathan Lakam Hashabaf Al Khan Hawa'a Nathan Lakam by Yawam Washashaya Lakam Yawam Shabawat. It's like a Shabwa Ayash the Kaf Yawa Al Taza'a Ashor. It's like a Ayash Mamakwamwa by Yawam Wayashabayaya. It's like a Hashabayaya. All right. That's it in the Hebrew. Let's get Exodus chapter 16, verse 23 in the English. We're going to stop at 29. Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Most High have said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Most High. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. Verse 24, and they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. Verse 25, and Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. Verse 26, 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, and there shall be none. Verse 27, and it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day for to gather, and they found none. Verse 28, and the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? Verse 29, ye, for that Lord have given, for the Most High hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place of the 7th day. So now to break that down, Most High in Christ, I see that y'all can hear me. The water, appreciate it. So I want y'all to keep that in mind, that the Lord, now this is during the time that the Israelites are in the wilderness. And the Lord gave us simple instructions to make sure you gather the bread, right, to gather all the bread that the Lord was going to send you from days 1 through 5, or pretty much like it 1 through 6, right? And on the 6th day, he was going to double that amount, so you would have enough that entire day of rest, which is the Sabbath, right? Because the Lord isn't sending any more bread. Remember, this is the bread that's coming from the Most High. The Lord created the Sabbath day because he too rested on the 7th day. That's where the spirit of the Sabbath even comes from. It comes from the beginning. It comes from Genesis, Barashiath in the Hebrew. All right. On the 7th day, the Lord rested. That's the spirit of the Sabbath. Like, that's why we're having the Sabbath service today. All right. Verse 30 in the Hebrew. Exodus 16 and 30 in the Hebrew. Wayashabaf wa ha'aim bayawam hashabayaya. It's like a hashabaya. Verse 31. Wayakara'a wa bayaf yasha'ala af shamwa man wa hawa'a kazarai khan. It's like a God. Laban wata aimwa pataza kataza payak. It's like a taza payak kath. The bash ba the bash like it. Verse 32. Waya amor masha zaha the bar asha taza'a yahawa mala ha imor mamanwa lama shamarath. It's like a lama shamarath. Lava lada raf yakum lama ain yara'a wa'ath halacham ashar ba alakathya. It's like ba ha akothaya. Athcom, but ma sake ba marabor, bahawataza yaaya, Afcom, ha arataza, matazarayim. Verse 33. Waya amor masha al ha'aran, quack, taza, it's like it, tazanath, akath, let me see, watan masha mala'a ha'imar. Man hana what hanak athwa lapanya yahawa la masharath ma mashamarath la rafyakum. Verse 34. Ka ashar tazawa yahawa al masha wayanayak nayak hawa. So like it aharan lapanya haidath la lama it's like it lama shamarath. Lama Shamarath. Verse 35. Wabanya Yasha'ala Akal wa Ath Haman Arabayim. Shana I Ba'a Aran. It's like Arataza Nawa Shabbath. Ath Haman Akal wa Aid Ba'am Al Quataza Arataza Kana'ain. Verse 36. Waha Aimar Aisharath. It's like Aishar Yath. Ayapa hawa. Exodus 17 and 1. Waya sai. It's like waya saiwa. Call like daf ban banya yasha Allah marabar sayan lama it's like lama sai yaham. Al paya Yahweh wayatan. It's like wayak nawa bara parayad bara payadium wa ayan mayam lashath. It's like a lashathath ha'aim. All right, that's it in the Hebrew. All right. Exodus chapter 16, starting at verse 30. There we go. So the people, in the English, so the people rested on the 7th day, verse 31. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna. And it was like coriander seed, white. And the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Verse 32. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commandeth, fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations. Keep in mind that omer is 1/10 of an ephah. So that's that's equated to like 2 liters. All right, just for y'all know. So remember, an omer is 1/10 of an ephah, which equates to 2 liters. All right, that's how much. That's what an omer is. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. Verse 33. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an omer full of manna therein, so 2 liters full of manna, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations. Verse 34. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Verse 36. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. So just like I said, 10th meaning 1/10. All right. If any of y'all remember, that's a fraction, 1/10. All right. Of an ephah, which is equal to 2 liters. Okay. All right. Verse 1, Exodus chapter 17, verse 1. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, the commandment of the Most High, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Rephidim. All right. And that's it in the English. All right, we're going to get Exodus chapter 17, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Waya Rab Ha'im, Masha, Waya Amar, the Nawa, La Nawa Mayam, Wana Shatha, Waya Amor, Laham, Masha, Ma, Harayan, it's like a Tharayabwan, Aimadja, Ma, the Naswan, Af Yahweh. Verse 3, Waya Tazama, Sham, Ha'im, Lamayim, Waya Lun, Ha'im, Al Masha, Waya Amor, Lama, Za, Ha'alayath Nawa, Mama Tazar, it's like it, Mama Tazarar, it's like it, Mama Tazarayim, what is that? What is it? Lahamayath, Afya, Wa'af, Banya, Wa'ath, Bakwanya, Batazama. Verse 4. Waya Tazaik, Masha, Al Yahweh, La Amor, Ma, Aisha, La Aim, Hazah, Idar, Saga Iwad, Ma'ait. What's a qual naya? Verse 5. Waya Amor, Yahweh, Al Masha, Ibar, La Panya, Ha'im, Wakwak, Athka, Mazak Naya, Yasha Allah, Matak. Wamatak Ashar Hakayaf Bawa Af Ha'ar. It's like a Hayar Kwak Bayad. But it's like a Bayadka. It's like a Wahalakath. Verse 6. Hananaya Imad Lapanyaka Sham Al Hatazawar Bachara Wahakayath. But taza war waya taza wa mama it's like mamnawa maya wa washata ha'im la ya aisha, it's like waya aisha kam masha la ayanya zakwanya yasha Allah. Verse 7, waya kawa sham hamakwam masa what marayaba Al Raya Bayan Yasha Allah wa Al Nashath Ma'ath Yahweh La Amar Ayah Yahweh by Yara when Nawa Ayan. Verse 8. Waya Ba'a I'm a lak waya lacham Al Yasha Allah Barap Yadam. It's like it Barapayadma. All right. That's it in the Hebrew. We're going to get Exodus chapter 17, starting at verse 2 in the English. All right. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me? I'm gonna look that word up to make sure I'm saying it right, because I don't know. I'll be messing up words a lot. It could be chid, chid. I don't know. Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? Verse 3, and the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And 4, and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Verse 5, and the Most High said unto Moses, go on before the people and take with thee of the elders of Israel and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand and go. Verse 6, behold, I will stand before thee upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Verse 7, and he called the name of this place Massah in Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Most High, saying, is the Most High among us or not? Verse 8, then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. Now keep in mind, right, it's been case by case throughout the entire, from Exodus to Deuteronomy. Like Moses had to, because the Israelites continue to tempt the Lord. Now, to tempt the Lord is to go against the leadership of the Most High, right? Because the Lord raised up leadership amongst Israel, which was Moses and then Aaron. And then eventually you'll read in different chapters how Moses also raised up other men under him and made them officers of tens and hundreds and fifties and thousands and 5,000 and captains of tens and hundreds and thousands and generals, etc., etc. That's where we get our ranking system in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, because the Lord created that for our people to survive. And the nation of Israel being in the wilderness, not being used to being away from their oppressors. Like we have been dependent on Egypt just as much as blacks and Latinos and Native Americans are dependent on America today. There were religions and practices and customs that created a absolute hold on the Israelites to be attached to Egypt, no different than the religion of Christianity keeping a hold on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to continue to be attached to America. That's why it's so important, right? That we as a people were never supposed to join ourselves to their customs, to join ourselves to their people, Salakia, to their people. Because once we join ourselves to them and we make agreements and covenants with them, then we, in result, we end up serving their gods and their goddesses, and then practicing their customs and their ways of life that the Lord never intended, which in result also creates problems in our cities, our neighborhoods, our communities, and our families. That's what's happening right now, right here in the wilderness. The Israelites are going through something called a withdrawal. All right, they've been withdrawed from the customs and the dependency of Egypt. Well, there's going to come a time that so-called blacks and Latinos and natives are going to go through a withdrawal from America, being absolutely non-dependent and being independent, I should say, of America under the leadership that God raised up. And that's what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is. That's what the ISUPK is. All right. I tell people all the time, all right, and I want to clear, like, we're in this truth because we truly care about our people. That's one. However, we want power and authority and to rule the planet, to rule the earth. That's why that's why we are here. If you are a brother, if you are a man in here, you are here because you want power and authority and to rule the planet, to rule the earth, because you know that our people need you. You understand? Our people need you. Commander General Yohana came into this truth, just like everyone else, because he understood that our people needs him. You understand? Like the Lord sent his spirit back onto the earth. You understand? So our people let me see, to orbit and to navigate towards the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. That's why our people need us. All right. So if you're in here as a man or a brother, just understand we ain't here just to have we ain't here to have a good time. We ain't here to have a bunch of drinks and kick it back. That's not what we're here for. We're here to rule the planet. We're here to rule the earth. We're here to find the 144,000. That's what we're here for. If you're not in the UPK, you in the way. You're a civilian. Get out the way. We're trying to protect you. You're a civilian. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. You need guidance. Get out the way. Does everybody feel me on that? Does everybody understand where I'm coming from? Because that's in the Bible. Christ was teaching the disciples how to rule the planet, how to rule the earth. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's literally the kingdom of heaven. And this is what's going on right here. Moses is going through trial and error with the Israelites, because the Israelites are supposed to go into the land of Canaan and conquer the entire land of Canaan and the Hivites and the Jebusites in order to rule the planet and to rule the earth, because this was our task given by the Lord. That's in the Bible. We're training right now in the wilderness as we speak in Exodus chapter 17. But Moses is going, but the Israelites are just back and forth with not respecting and listening to the leadership that the Lord set up. That's what it means to tempt the Lord. All right. It's to go against the Lord. That's what it means to tempt the Lord, is to go against the Lord, to go against the leadership of the Lord. All right. Hopefully I make that clear. All right. Exodus chapter 17, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Waya Amor Mashah Al Yahawashai Bachar Lanawa Anashim Watazaa Halacham Ba'Imalak Imalak Machar Anakia Natazab Al Ra'ash Waga what Saki is a Hagabai Wamata wa Alahayim. It's like a Ha Alahayim Bayadya. Verse 10. Wa ya Aisha ya Hawasha ka Ashar Amor Lawa Masha la halacham ma Imalak wa Masha Ha'aran Hakawar Awa Ra'ash Hagabaaya. Verse 11. Wahaya ka Ashar Yaram. It's like a Yaryam Masha Yadwa Wagabar Yashta Allah Waka Ashar Yanyak Yanayak Yadwa Bagabar. It's like a Wagabar Imalak. Verse 12. Wayadya Masha Kabadian Wakwakwa Aban Wayasham. It's like a Wayashamayamwa. The Khafyawa, Wayashab, Auya, Wa Aran, it's like a Aha Aran, Wakar, it's like a Wakawar, Thamakwa, Wayad, it's like a Bayadyawa, Maza Akhad, it's like a Akkad, Wamaza Akkad, Wayahaya Yadyawa, Amawanha, Id, Ba'a, Hashamash. First, let me see. I started at what first? All right. Verse 13. Waya Halash, Yahawashai, Ath, I'm Malak, Wa Ath, I'm Wa, Lapanya, Harab. Verse 14. Waya Amor, Yahawa Al Mashah, Kabnath. It's like a Kathab, Za'af, Zakarwan, Basapor, Wayash, what it's like it Washayam, Ba'aznaya. It's like about Asna wa Yahweh Shai Kaya Macha Amacha After Car and Malak Mama it's like a Matakath Hashamyam. Verse 15. Waya Bad Masha Mazabak Waya Kava'a Shamwa Yahweh Nasya. Verse 16. Waya Amor Kaya Yad Al Kam Ya Ya Malachama La Yahweh Malak Madar. So like Madar Dar. 1 second. Salakia. All right, we're going to stop right there. All right. We're going to finish it out. Starting at verse 10, Exodus chapter 17, verse 10 in the English. So Joshua did, and Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. Verse 11, and it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. Verse 12, but Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, that one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So keep in mind, like this was a prime example of the Lord being with the Israelites in a time of war. In order for us to win this war, Moses had to keep his hands raised. You understand? Does everybody get that? So when it talked about when Joshua and Moses said to him, when they fought with Amalek, right? It says, and it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And in addition to that, when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. So Moses had to keep his hand up in order for us to prevail against Amalek. Like that's a miracle. Like Moses did many miracles in the wilderness with the power of the Most High. He smited a rock and water came out of it. He held his hand up, right? And the nation of Israel won wars. Does everybody understand that? He split the Red Sea so we can cross. Like there were many miracles that Moses did in the wilderness. All right. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the miracles, all right, that Moses did with the power of the Most High. Verse 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Verse 14. And the Most High said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Now remember, this was in our record books. Like Amalek walks the earth today, but in our records, the Lord said that there's going to be let me see, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. That's a prophecy. Just understand, Amalek is going to perish. There's not going to be a remembrance of our oppressor from under heaven. So keep that in mind. So y'all can go ahead and put Exodus 17 and 14 in your precept book when it comes to Amalek. All right. There's not going to be a remembrance of him. That's why if we fast forward, King Saul was supposed to destroy all of Amalek and take down all of Amalek and unalive all of Amalek. But instead, some Amalek lived, and if I'm not mistaken, he brought some Amalekites back, and I believe it was like children or whatever the case was, and he brought a bunch of gold. Like everything was just supposed to be destroyed. That's why King Saul was taken out of power by the Lord, and King David was risen up, because you're supposed to obey God. You're never supposed to disobey the Most High. The spirit is to never disobey God and to not listen to the Most High. That's the spirit. The spirit is to listen to him and to obey him. The opposite of the spirit is to not obey him and to not listen. So you want to be in the spirit. All right. And the spirit of the Most High is that I will utterly put out, that the Most High will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. These are not the words. These are not my words, but these are the words of God. So keep that in mind. Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. It's like a Jehovah Nissi. Verse 16. And he said, because the Most High have sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Now I repeat that one more time. For he said, because the Most High have sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Like this is why we're constantly at war with our oppressor. This is why we're constantly at war with Amalek. We're constantly at war with the so-called Jewish man, which in the Bible is the synagogue of Satan, because the Most High said that he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. That's forever, until they are utterly out of remembrance from under heaven. That's when that war is going to stop, is when there's no remembrance of them. So keep in mind that as long as Amalek has breath in his lungs, as long as the Jewish man has breath in his lungs, the synagogue of Satan, you as a Black, Latino, and Native American man, you are forever at war. And I pray that every last one of you understand. Moving on. All right, that's it on that. We're going to get Exodus chapter 18, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayeshamai Yathara Kahan Marayan Hathan Masha Athkar Lashar Aisha Alahayim Lamasha Wala Yasha Allah Anwa Kaya Hawataza Yahawa Af Yasha Allah Matazarayim. Verse 2 Wayakwak Yathra Hathan Masha Ath Tazapara Asha Masha Achar Shalakya. Verse 3 Wa'af Shanya Banaya Ashar Sham wa Achad Gavarsham Kaya Amor Gar Haya Yathaya. It's like Haya Yathaya Ba'arataza Nakaria. Verse 5. It's like it was Sham Ha'achad Alaya Izar. It's like Alaya Izar. Alaya Izar. I believe that's Alaya Izar. That's the name. Eleazar. Ayalazar. Kaya Alahaya. Abaya. Ba'Izaria. Waya Tazalnaya. Machara Pariah. Verse 5. Waya Ba'a Yathara Chathan Masha Wabanyawa wa Ashathwa Al Masha Al Ahamadabar Ashar Hawa'a Hana. It's like a Hana. Sham Har Ha'alahayim. Verse 6. Waya Amor Al Masha Anya Hana. It's like Chathan Chathanika. Yathara Ba'a Al Yaka wa Ashathka Washabia Banaya I'm ha. Verse 7. Waya Taza'a Masha Lakara'ath Chathan. It's like Kafnawa Wayashat. It's like Wayashathakwa Wayashakwak Wayashak Lawa Wayasha it's like it Wayasha Alawa Wayasha Alwa Ayash Larai. It's like it Larayawa La Shalom. It's like it, I believe that is Shalom. La Shalom. Waya Ba'awa. Ha Allah. Ha. It's like it Ha Ahala. And that's actually a good teaching method right there. We see La Shalom, right? A lot of our people, all right, because of fake Israelites not knowing the Hebrew, right? They'll say that's pronounced Shalom, but it's actually Shalom. All right, the root word of that is Shalom, in referring to peace. All right. or welfare, peace. All right. So keep that in mind. Keep that word. All right. When we say peace, which is translated in the Hebrew as shalom, like when we say that, that means what we mean. We mean what we say. All right. So just keep that in mind. We mean what we say when we say shalom, meaning peace. All right. The peace is the absence of confusion. So keep that in mind. All right. Meaning that we're here to protect our people. So when we say shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, and then shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, that means we're here for you and we mean what we say. I believe that was 7 right there. All right, clap it up. We're going to start at verse 1 in the English. All right, Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard all that the Most High had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Most High had brought Israel out of Egypt. Verse 2, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back. Verse 3, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. Verse 4, and the name of the other was Eliezer, for the Most High of my father said he was mine help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Verse 5, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. Verse 6, and he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife and her 2 sons with her. Verse 7, and Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and did obeisance and kissed him. All right, meaning saluted him. And they asked each other of their welfare, meaning of their peace. Right, and they came into the tent. All right. Exodus chapter 18, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Change chapters there by accident. So lock it. All right. Waya Sapor Masha Lachafna wa Hawa. It's like your Af, Kal Ashar Aisha Yahweh La Pariah. Wala Matazariam. Al I would Adath. Adath. Yasha Allah Av Kal Hatala'a Ashar Mataza Athma the bar ka waya what tazalam Yahweh. Verse 9, wayakad yathara al kal hatawaba ashar aisha Yahweh la yasha Allah ashar hatazayawa mayad matazarayim. Verse 10, where ya amor yathara ma baraka Yahweh ashar hatazayal athkam mayad matazarayim wa mayad paraya ashar hatazal ath ha'aim mathakhat yad matazarayim. Verse 11, Aitha yadai thaya kaya gador Yahweh makol ha'alahayim kaya dabar basaki ba dabar ashar zad zadwa al yahum. Verse 12, where yakwak yathara kathan masha ila where ya bakyam wa la alhayim yaba'a Aran Aharam Wakar Zaquanya. It's like Zaquanya Yasha Allah Ya La Akor Lacham Aim Khatan Mashala Panya Ha Alahayim. Verse 13, where Yahaya Mama Harat, where Yasha Mashala Shapat At Ha'ayr. It's like Ha'aim, where Ya'imad Ha'aim Al Masha Man Habakwar Aid Ha'irab. Verse 14, where Ra'achat Khathan Masha Ab Kala Shah Hawa Aishab La'im Waya Aimor Ma Hadabor Haza Ashor Atha Aisha La'im Mara'ai Atha Wayashab Labadka Wakal Ha'im Natazab Al Yaka Man Bakwar Id Irab. Oh well, I mean, all right, I finished that later. That's it on that. Starting at verse, we're gonna start at verse 14 in the English. Well, not verse 14, Salakia. Where am I? Verse 9. All right, Exodus chapter 18, verse 8. And Moses told, Exodus chapter 18, verse 8, and Moses told his father-in-law all that the Most High had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, in all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Most High delivered them. Verse 9, and Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Most High had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. Verse 10, and Jethro said, blessed be the Most High, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Verse 11, now I know that the Most High is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. So now remember, verse 11 says, now I know that the Most High is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. So that word gods is referring to powers on the earth. You understand? Like the Lord is greater than any power, And keep in mind that the other nations and races of people believe that their gods and goddesses give them power. And they believe they have power from their idols and their graven images. And so they believe that they have power unto the likened unto the Lord. Keep in mind, the Lord said in Exodus 18:11, now I know, this is a heathen saying it. Jethro is a stranger, a heathen, a non-Israelite. Now I know that the Most High is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. These other nations, all right, of people believe, they're so proud of who they are. They're so proud that their culture comes from Rome and Greek and Babylon and all them type of things. But keep in mind that for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. The Lord is above all of that. The Most High is above all the proud, all of the proud. He's above all of that. He's above all the powers on the earth. He's above all of that. That's a heathen saying that. So keep that in mind. Verse 12, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for the Most High. And Aaron came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before the Most High. Now, the only reason why, now keep in mind, the only reason why the Israelites, or I should say Aaron and Moses and them, all right, are eating with Jethro, because Jethro admitted that the Lord, the Most High, our God, is above all gods. Keep that in mind, right? That's the only reason why they're eating with them at this moment, right? So just keep that in mind. He admitted to that. Verse 13, and it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto evening. Verse 14, and when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, what is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto even? All right, we're going to read from 15 all the way to 19 just real quick. All right, Exodus in the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 18 verse 15 in Hebrew, where Amar Masha la khafna wa kaya yaba'a al ya ha'im la rash alahayim. Verse 16, kaya yahaya laham, it's like a laham dabar ba'a al ya wa shapata ya payana yash wa bayan ra'ayawa wa hawadaytha ya wa hawadaytha ya af hakwat. It's like a hakya wa alahayim wa ath Tharathyawa Verse 17, Waya Amar, the Khans, like a Khathan, Masha, Al Yawa, La Atawa, Hadabar, Ashar, Atha, Aisha. Verse 18, the ball, it's like a Nabal, the ball, Gam, Atha. It's like a Atha, Gam, Ha'im, Haza, Aishar, I'm Ya. It's like a I'm Ka, Kaya, Kabad, Mama, it's like a Mamka, Hadabar, La Tawakal, Aishawa, Labadka, verse 19, Aita, Shamai, Bakwalya, Waya Itazaka, Waya Haya Alahayam, Aimad, Haya Athala, Aim, Mal, Ha Alahayam, Wahabaath, Ath Hadabaryam, all Ha Alahayam. All right, that's it on that on the Hebrew. And we're going to start at verse 15, verse 18, verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of God, verse 16, when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. So keep in mind, you are always supposed to go to the leadership of the Most High, which was Moses at this time, to inquire about God. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you go to God himself. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you have a personal relationship with God. It doesn't work like that. Like the Lord never ordered us to move in that type of way and direction. That's what makes Christianity so evil, because Christianity teaches you that you have a relationship with God, but in return, you're further away from the Most High than you ever thought. Verse 17, and Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. All right, so he's saying this is not good for you, you know what I'm saying, to do. Verse 18, thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Keep in mind, his father-in-law Jethro isn't saying that he can't do it. He's saying that he can't do it alone. So focus on those words alone. All right. Verse 19, hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. So now he's saying, listen, as his father-in-law, even though I'm a heathen, I'm gonna give you, please hearken unto me, right? And God shall be with thee. He's saying this is also going to be of God too as well. Like your God is going to approve what I'm telling you, right? Be thou for the people to it's like it, be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes, that they mayest bring the causes unto God. And so that's going to be explained, all right, in the next Sabbath service. All right, so we'll explain in the next Sabbath service. All right, so y'all make sure y'all attend the next Sabbath service, which is next Saturday. So bright and early, be prepared. All right, with that, I say Imagine, which means to stand, just us up here. This will be the time that the brothers will come up and salute the Tanakh. Salaki, I take that back. That's the next step after this. I skipped ahead. Salaki. La Yasha Allah. All right, this will be the time that the brothers will stand up and come in and salute the Tanakh. I imagine, which means to stand. Wapanyahak with dumb and face the east. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashemaya, Kwadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwivka, Daba'a, Batazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, the thunder nawa, Lacham, Cow, Yawam, Wasalak the nawa, Kabawaf nawa, Kasalak nawa, Kabawaf nawa, Wala'a, Dabaya'a nawa, Banasaya one, Abo, Hawishai nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wata Prawa, La Awalumyum, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. The blessings, so like it, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah, Bubba Kwashah, the thunder nawa, Hakak, Lava Pa'ah, Kal Machala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakwiyam, Hamathium, Hakak, Arachawa, Hatama Allah, the Gavashun, by Shem Yahweh Shah, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha Allah, Wahab Yasaparium, Barak, by Shem Yahweh Shah, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, and the name of Yahweh Shah, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'avrataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalika, Al Yanawam, Shamoraka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wada'a, Yashan, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamoraka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, Na'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamoraka, Makal Rai, Yashamor, Af the Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Taza'atka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'ida, Wa'ai, Awalam, Aman. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. It's like it from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al damayalaka, al tacharash, wa al tashakwat, al kayahana, awayabyaka, yahama yawan, wamashanayaka. It's like a wamashanayaka, nasha awa, ba'ash, al aimaka, ya irayamwa, sawad, wayataya ai tazawa, al tazapawanyaka, amorwa, lakawa, wanakakidam, magoya, wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Allah, Aiwad, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, La, Yahadwa, Audika, Bar Yath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Alawam, Wayashamai Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagoryam, Gabor, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashath, I'm Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zabawai, the Bunya, the Wat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sava'a, Kayabyan, Banachal, Kwayashwan, Dashamadwa, Ba'ayan, the Ara, Hayawa, the Man, La Adama, Shayatamba, Narayabawa, Ka'irab, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakazalmanai, Kyle, Nasayakamwa, Ashor, Amorwa, Nayovasha, Lanawa, Afna Awa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagaugala, Kakwash, La Panyavaka, Kaash, the Ba'ira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, the Redatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasawa Pafka, the Bahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahalwa, Ai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya da Iowa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Kal, Rataza, Aman. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zahab, yea, all their princes, as the Ba, and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm, and fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over the earth, over all the earth. So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew: Brakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Maya Ka'ala, Wa Adahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawak Yahana, Ha Alawakyim, Ha Saranyim, Ha Kwadazayanyim, Ha Kayayoyim, Wa Ha Awafyim Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, the water Aman. In the English: bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, Salaki, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. The prayer of the curses: blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force the riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek, synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Positcomatasme, the alternative lifestyle movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of that people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the unaliver. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake out thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, always, so be it. Saw, which means to turn. Yeshabim for the sisters. Baba Kwashab, please be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shab, Barakathon, Yahya Mata, Saw, La Agwafian, meaning turn to the sisters. Majim for the sisters, meaning to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shah, Yahya Mata. With that, that concludes the service. I was supposed to say that, Salaki. That concludes the service. And Shalom, Israel.
It's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. You're getting ready for the April 12th Passover, hosted by Commander Jim Yahani, you understand? So we're on our way out here to fly the whole Atlanta, let them know what is going down. So stay tuned. How we do it. The work don't stop. You understand? The work don't stop.
All day, every day.
People don't know, they're gonna know after tonight. That's right. When you say go, we say go. Pass, baby. Let's get it. No fighting, ain't no arguing, nothing like that. Nothing but love, right? So if y'all want to be part of that, see what it's all about? Both of y'all are invited to the Passover. Okay? So just
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're